Hello my fellow Geeklings and welcome back to another channel. I am going to be doing a tutorial set on little bite-sized pieces on how to implement certain things. So first things first, new project. I am going to be showing you how to enable interactivity so that way you can actually interact with other objects. So first things first, first person, blueprint. I am just naming this teaching. And let it do its thing. So fresh scene. First things first, I want to go to edit, project settings, go down to input. We are going to do action mapping. Hit the plus sign. I'm going to name this interact. Hit the down arrow. Hit the key, so that way all I have to do is hit E. And that's it. That's all you have to do. For first person, I'm going to go into blueprint, first person character. Oh, before I do that, sorry. Blueprint interface. I'm going to name it BPI interact. All we have to do here is just rename this to interact. We will be calling this very soon. So back into blueprint, first person. I want to, first I want to set up a function. I'm going to make this a lot cleaner for you guys. So line trace. This is going to be where the player's looking, so that way you don't have to be within bounds or anything, but as long as you're looking at the object, you can interact with it. So line trace by channel. I'm going to be grabbing the first person camera. I'm going to get world location, and this is going to be our start. And then from here on, bring that over. Right on here with the input, we're going to add an input. We are going to name this length of line. This is what's being drawn. We're going to make it into a float. And then for your guys' purposes and stuff, we will do a draw debug type. That's if you're trying to like see the actual line, just to test it out and stuff. So draw, we're gonna do draw debug trace, and we're gonna connect that with this. Now we're gonna get that where the line starts, where the line ends. So from here, we are going to get the camera and get the forward vector. We are going to multiply these. Multiply. We're going to grab the length of the line with the forward vector. Let me move these a little bit more. And then we're just have to add these two. So add this with this. Yellow goes with yellow. And then that will be our end. So with all that set, now we just need to determine how this ends. So I am gonna break hit result. We're gonna extend this. What we need to do is get this and figure out, like, the hit actor is the blueprint on which we're trying to interact with that has the actual interact node that we just made, or the BPI. So we are going to get a return node, and we have to call that reference to the actor. So I'm going to name it actor. And from here, type in actor because actors are blueprints and we're trying to get the object reference. So then hit actor to actor. I guess to make it more cleaner or more understanding, hit actor to hit actor. There you go. All that is taken care of. Now we're going to go to event graph and start implementing everything. So I'm going to do input action interact. Oh, let me just type interact. Interact. No. Here we go. Action events interact. There we go. Now we are going to drag and drop this out. When you press down on the E key, that's what interact is, we are going to call this line, the line that we want. And we want to have it probably 250. When you're testing things, that's when you'll have this out to where it'll only show up for 1 frame. You can set the duration of it like through this, or you can have it persistent to where it's always on. Right now, I just want it off. I want to make a branch, connect this with the branch, and then if true, now I'm calling my interact. That's when I want to like actually say like, okay, it's interacting. And hit actor to target. I will bring this down just to make it a little cleaner. And now we need a condition for this branch. How is this going to be true? Well, we want to check to see, is it valid? But we also want to connect like the BPI interact. If that is connected, then yes. And if it's valid, to do that. So does object implement interface? And all that's saying is it's trying to see, does it have this node attached to it? So now BPI interact. Then we're going to get an and boolean. So if this and this, let me change the order. If this and this is true, then interact. If not, do not do anything. That's what this is saying. So let me grab everything and put it into a comment. Just hit C when you have everything selected. And if object is valid, interact. If not, don't do anything. That's all this is doing. And you can change the color right there. Compile and save. And now let's test this out. Let's create a folder. We will call it props, since that's what I want to do. I want to focus more on that. And we're just going to do a blueprint class, hit actor, BP, and we're just going to name it test. Always do BP in front because it's a lot easier when you're trying to search for something and going for BP. All the blueprints will pop up. So just keep that in mind. I'll try to be organized as much as possible because trust me, it gets very hectic very easily. So in here, very fresh project, we are gonna hit add, make a cube, just leave it as like cube. We're gonna raise it up by 50, just so that way it's not like in the floor when we bring it in. Compile and save. Go to event graph. We're not going to use these two. We are actually going to just use event begin play. What we want to do is to cast to our first person character, and we want to grab that character. Get player character. Hit these two, hit Q just to straighten it up a little bit, and all you have to do is get reference to the player. So drag this out, promote to variable. On here you can just rename this into player ref, and that's it. This is saying, okay, at begin play, this object is referenced to this player. So from there, the next step, compile and save. We're going to go into class settings. We are getting reference to that BPI that we made. So we are going to add BPI interact. And this is what is talking to this. This is what it's saying. We're meeting one of our things. First is it valid? Like, is it an actual object? And two, does that object actually have our BPI interact? Which, yes, our thing does. Now it does. So next thing, what we're going to do is right clicks on this, implement event. You got to make sure it has this icon right at the top. That means you have the correct thing and that it's a interface. So all I want to do is just hit print string, and I will like name this I'm interactable. And just to be a little fancier, you can click down and change the color, change the duration. And now let's test it out. Let's see if everything works. Oh, first things first, before we test it, we have to bring the blueprint in, or else there's nothing to test. So we're in here, we're in the scene, hitting E, nothing. Looking at this, I'm interactable. It works. So after this, now we're gonna do stuff with this, like different blueprints, and get things working and everything, get some cool props going. So I hope you like this. Please like and subscribe, and follow me for more tutorials and everything. All right, hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye.